Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. Well, the question of the day is it time to write the obituary for CNN? The cable news network. It's been around since 1980. Unfortunately, now it's just a shell of its former self. Its only real notoriety anymore is the fact that, you know, every quarter it gets worse and worse and worse ratings. It's literally the Titanic. I mean, there's no longer a question of whether or not the ship is going to sink. It's a question of how many people you can get in the lifeboats. So, you know, I read this article today. It was kind of interesting, by Mike Flynn. And he talked about, you know, basically it was what caught my eye about his article was the headline of his article was CNN is just making up poll numbers now. You know, now he does start out by saying, okay, I'm not certain they are literally making up poll results, but, and then he goes on and talks about polls that are just, the numbers are just ridiculous. You know, a lot of times you see these polls that have Obama ahead by 7 points and things like that, when in reality, most legitimate polls, all of them have Obama trailing, especially in the states that count, the quote-unquote swing states. So, you know, it's really kind of interesting to see what CNN's trying to do here. Well, and he doesn't touch on this in this article, but I have to admit, the first thing I thought of was, can CNN really afford to really do legitimate polls anymore? Because a lot of people don't realize that these polls are expensive. There are companies that's all they do, and they charge a lot of money for their data. And, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, if you look at CNN's ratings, you've got to come to the conclusion that their bank account's probably running in the red, and to be honest with you, I just don't think they have the money. I don't think they have the money for decent polling. I don't think they have the money for decent talent. You know, I just don't. You know, because literally it's bizarre to me to watch. And now, by the way, I'm begging on CNN only because CNN at one time was the gold standard for cable news, and they started the whole thing. Literally, they started the whole thing. Ted Turner, as crazy of a shithouse rat that he is, he started something that was genius, you know. Now, Fox News is eating everybody's lunch. That's a whole other different video as to why that happens. But to watch CNN absolutely implode, it's kind of sad. If you want to know the truth, it's you know, it's the cable news network that I grew up with. Now, listen, yes, I'm a conservative, so for many, many, many years, it's been painful to watch anything from CNN. It just has been. But it still bothers me to see this. So here's the thing. I have, well, one question of the day. Let's answer that. Do you think it's time to write CNN's obituary? I say yes. I say CNN is done for. I say well, right now they're so marginalized in the new cable news spectrum that they're really non-existent anyway. And that's a fact. I mean, you know, I know some people are going to be like, what? But it's true. Okay, they're really not important anymore. You know, you have Fox News is really the only important cable news. MSNBC is like a magnet for extreme leftists, but for the most part, MSNBC's ratings are absolutely horrible, and they're bleeding money like a stuck pig also. And things are so poor over there that even Microsoft said, we're out. We're out. You know, so let me get to the more interesting point to this whole thing. Yes, please do answer the question, though. Do you think it's time to write the obituary for CNN? But here's the thing. I'm not just going to throw bombs at this. I'm not just going to point out the fact that CNN is toast. I'm not just going to point out the fact that their ratings are almost non-existent. I'm not going to point out any of that. Well, actually, I did, but I'm going to actually offer something up. I'm going to actually offer some solutions, because you know what? I'm a solution guy. That's what I am. I'm a solution guy. Here's the thing. I've got a plan that if CNN would implement, they would become the #1 cable news network on the planet, period. 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 I mean, hell, I think Al Jazeera surpasses them right now. Okay, so what's the plan? First and foremost, they're going to have to fire every single manager that they have. Everybody at the hierarchy of CNN has to go. I mean, listen, bottom line, it's got to be a scorched earth policy. It's got to be a purge. They must purge these people from CNN, because without purging the management from CNN, this plan cannot work. Okay, let's assume that they actually will take that step and purge. Now, how does that happen? Well, the shareholders are going to have to step up, which is what, Time Warner, I think. I'm not even sure anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't really thought so much about it in so long. I don't even know who really owns CNN. But the shareholders are going to have to step up, and they're just going to have to say, look, this is what we're going to do. So you purge the leadership, the management from CNN, and replace them with more moderate to conservative, moderate, and maybe conservative leaning. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? Well, listen, just feel me on this. Just feel me. I've got a plan that's going to make them the #1 cable news network on the planet. So just relax. Okay? And when I say relax, I'm saying that to my liberal friends, because they're the ones that are dying here. All right, here's the thing. So you got moderate to conservative people in charge now at CNN. The first and foremost thing you have to look at, let's just take prime time. We're just going to take prime time. I don't have time to go through all the rest of the time slots, but let's just take prime time. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We got 3 slots that have to be filled. Now, these 3 slots in cable news traditionally are going to be more editorial type stuff. They're not necessarily news per se. Okay, for example, at Fox News, you've got Bill O'Reilly at the 8 o'clock time slot, but you got Shepard Smith before that actually doing news, letting people know what's going on, and he does it very nonpartisan, and that's a fact. Shepard Smith is one of the most nonpartisan people in news today. I've seen him go round and round with people like Sean Hannity, and he sticks to his guns, and I really do think that a lot of people don't realize that about Shepard Smith, but he is a very nonpartisan. Okay, well, and if anything, you could make some arguments that he's more left, but neither here nor there. All right, so you've got so we've established it at the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock prime time slots. You've got, for the most part, what's opinion. It's what it is. It's opinion, editorial opinion. So Bill O'Reilly's a perfect example. Who's the nut job over at MSNBC at that time slot? That union thug. What's his name? It doesn't matter. He's a nobody anyway. I think my videos get more viewership than his whole channel does. Anyway, so all right. So what does CNN need to do for the 8 o'clock time slot? All right. Now listen to me. Okay. Don't let emotion get in your way here. Okay. What they need to do is they need to get on their hands and knees. Literally, and I'm not joking when I say this. They need to get on their hands and knees, and the only thing that they should have in their hands is their checkbook. All right? They need to go to Rush Limbaugh, and they need to beg him, and put as many zeros as need be on that check to get him to take the anchor seat at the 8 o'clock show. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Rush does have some TV experience. I remember, in fact, I was pretty much a kid. For the most part, I guess I was a young adult, but I want to say it must have been in the the late 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't remember now. But he actually had a television show on Major Network. I'm pretty sure it was Major Network. Now, here's the thing. He admits television isn't his thing. However, I think that he could do it. He's been doing this Ditto Cam thing for a long time, where he actually has the video showing him doing his radio show. So, honestly, I think that if he had the right producer, it would work. And now, here's the thing. Let me tell you exactly what would happen almost overnight if they managed to get Rush Limbaugh. Now listen, say what you want about Rush Limbaugh, but he literally has a gazillion people listening to his radio show. And that's a fact. That's not even open for debate. If you want to debate that, you're just a retard. Okay? Now here's the thing. So Rush Limbaugh would bring that. Here's what would happen overnight. Bill O'Reilly would retire. And a lot of people don't realize how old Bill O'Reilly is. He's in an advanced age. They use a lot of makeup and a lot of good lighting, but the fact of the matter is that Bill O'Reilly is an old man. Literally an old man. He's sharp, don't get me wrong, but he's an old man. Rush Limbaugh would literally put the fear of God into, well, first of all, listen, Bill O'Reilly is not interested in being number 2. And I submit to you that overnight, Rush Limbaugh would be the #1 ratings in that time slot, even after the initial oh my God, Russia's got a TV show at 8 o'clock, let's watch it. Even after the initial, everybody under the sun's watching to see what that's all about, he would literally, I believe he would dominate the 8 o'clock time slot. And Bill O'Reilly is not interested in being number 2. He's been number 1 for too long. Bill O'Reilly is used to being number 1, and it's good to be king. He's not going to be knocked down to court gesture. It's just not going to happen. He's not going to be down there with the MSNBC likes, those people scraping the bottom of the barrel. No, he's not. I guarantee you, he will resign. He will retire. He may say it's for health reasons. He may say, you know, and he's I want to say he's in his late 70s. So I mean, you know, a lot of people might let that go. You know, who knows? But I will tell you that he would resign. So now that would leave an interesting possibility for the 8 o'clock time slot at Fox. But I believe that they would probably, at least at first, try to fill that with Sean Hannity, of which, and Rush and Sean are friends, but let's keep it real. Rush would crush Sean Hannity at the 8 o'clock time slot. I don't think, to be honest with you, that there's many people on the right that could actually hang with Rush, and I mean that sincerely. Though I will tell you, it would make 8 o'clock time slot very interesting, and we would all be thanking God for TiVo. You know? Okay, so now we got the 8 o'clock time slot filled. Now we got the 9 o'clock to worry about. All right, now the 9, and let me know, by the way, in the comment section if you got other ideas for these time slots. All right, 9 o'clock time slot should be interesting. You got Rush Limbaugh, who's a powerful force. So you're going to need somebody to come in after Rush that's equally as powerful. And two names come to mind right out of the gate. Glenn Beck, who, you know, love him or hate him, he's a powerful guy. He's got some serious followers. Glenn Beck wouldn't be a bad call for the 9 o'clock time slot on CNN, or possibly somebody like Dennis Prager, a noted conservative, Dennis Prager. Maybe Michelle Malkin. Michelle Malkin, who, by the way, is one of the ultimate conservative women out there. I've seen her tear apart lefties. I mean, just brutally. I mean, brutally tear them apart. So that's a possibility. Maybe like Laura Ingraham. You know, I think that some balance there would be interesting, because I think that the 9 o'clock time slot on MSNBC is actually Mr. Maddow. Yeah, I think Mr. Maddow is the 9 o'clock slot. I'm not positive about that. I do actually watch more MSNBC than you would guess, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I think woman against woman. I'm pretty sure that Rachel Maddow is the 9 o'clock slot at MSNBC. So having a woman to balance that would be very interesting. And I think that Michelle Malkin would probably do the best. Maybe like Laura Ingraham. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm not a huge fan of Laura Ingraham, to be honest with you. I don't know why that is. There's something about her that kind of annoys me a bit. But I don't know. I mean, she does fill in for O'Reilly a lot. So clearly she's got the chops. I mean, you know, smarter people than me have figured that out. Okay, so now we got to 10 o'clock. The final time slot for the new CNN. Well, you know, I'll tell you. I don't know. I wouldn't mind having somebody that is an unknown, a dark horse, an unknown in the conservative world. Who might that be? Let me know in the comment section who you think is it would be an unknown in the political the conservative political world. I'm not gonna say who I think, but you can tell me who you think would be really good at the 10 o'clock slot. You know. So anyway, listen, the plan to move CNN more towards reality, because listen, right now they're hardcore left-wing nut jobs. That's just the way it is. CNN is a freaking mess. The people in charge of CNN, which by the way, their head guy just actually resigned not long ago, or was showed the door. But I don't think they replaced him with anybody with any more common sense. But you know, I think that what we have right now at CNN literally is a bunch of people at the wheel of the Titanic. Unlike the Titanic, though, these people have fair warning that they're about to hit an iceberg. Oh, you know what? That's a horrible analogy, because they've already hit the iceberg. You know, no, what you've got is a bunch of people at CNN that are doubling down and going. They've not even reversed the engines. They're full steam ahead. You know, let's see if we can't completely foobar this ship. So anyway, listen, let me know what you think. I think CNN is in a very unique position right now to change up the world, shake things up, and really take a chunk out of Fox News. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think. See ya!